Drake,
What?
where's the door hole?
Goes right there. See, I drew it with a magic marker.
You were supposed to cut it out with the power saw.
Dude, I'm gonna.
Oh, really?
Yes.
So go get the power saw.
Okay, I will. I see the problem.
Oh, do ya? You started that fight.
You calling me a liar?
I ain't calling you a truther. And it's spherical. Spherical.
It's gonna take some time to realign.
But if you look inside, I'm sure you'll find.
This is Drake and Josh. But chances are, if you're watching this video, you already know that. Chances also are that you aren't subscribed. So how about you do that? Subscribe. It'll be worth your while. But back to Drake and Josh. If you were paying attention at the beginning, you probably knew not only all of those famous quotes, but you also knew which episodes they came from. But why? Well, probably because you're just as nostalgic as I am, and this show was a huge part of your childhood. And it makes sense. It was Nick's biggest sitcom at the time, spawned 2 movies, and holds within it countless quotable moments. But what makes Drake and Josh so special that the chattiest of chads and the nerdiest of nerds can put aside their differences and just enjoy this masterpiece? Well, shut up and listen for a few, cause I'm about to tell you. But first, per usual, we need to provide some backstory and a little synopsis. Now, Drake and Josh obviously was created by Dan Schneider, cause that's what we're doing, Dan Schneider shows. It was a spin-off of sorts of The Amanda Show, as Drake and Josh, and also Nancy Sullivan, all took roles in the show. But other than that, it's really not that much of a spin-off. It took a while for the show to get picked up, and they even recasted the dad. Synopsis time. Let's do this quick. Drake and Josh is about 2 boys, Drake, cool guy, and Josh, goof. The 2 become stepbros and get into a load of wacky situations. There. Quick and minimal. I'm good. Now, I'm gonna get into the boys later, or soon, who knows, now, maybe, whatever. But first, let's talk about what makes this show stand out so much. I mean, the premise isn't exactly original. 2 polar opposites come together, and despite their differences, they go on adventures and make fun of each other on the way. It's been done before, it's been done after. So what makes this cliche premise work? Honestly, I don't really know, but I do have an idea. So I guess I do kind of know, but whatever. It's the fact that they ditch their cliches in a way. Sure, Drake stays charismatic and a girl magnet throughout the show, but you notice him become more goofy and give in to Josh more, and you know, I wouldn't say he becomes the nerdy goofy one, but he definitely mirrors Josh in some aspects. And one great example is the Treehouse episode, arguably one of the best. When Josh gets the model rocket, it's actually Drake who wants to assemble it, not the nerdy goofy Josh. And this is where we get some type of development shown that similar shows like this don't provide. It's the only development there is with Drake, so I'm gonna go with Joshy, as he obviously has the biggest development both physically and character-wise. As we well know, Josh is goofy, he's kind of nerdy, he's into magic, and he doesn't really get girls. But throughout the show's run, you notice those interests die down, and I'm not saying they totally disappear, as you know, he's still a spaz, and there is still an interest in magic, but it does subside a little. And as Josh slims down physically, he becomes more of a social butterfly. He gains friends, he gets ladies, and even competes with Drake in getting girls. Now, I already said Drake had some development, but I feel the need to bring up an episode of importance. Season 4, Episode 11, Josh is done. In this episode, Drake wrongs Josh for the last time, but instead of getting angry, he's simply done. Now, usually you'd expect Josh to come back, and in any other season, it makes sense. But this is Josh 2.0, who has a job, friends, knowledge of ladies. He doesn't really need Drake, but obviously Drake needs him as his life falls apart, as Josh did a lot for Drake and provided Drake with a lot of things. This flip does wonders for both characters, as it brings Drake down a peg and it raises Josh up so that they're more or less on an equal plane rather than being the loser and the cool guy like many shows keep their two protagonists as. Another thing that this show benefits from is chemistry. With both of them working on the Amanda Show and even having signature characters together, there's no question that these two would have chemistry. But yet in Season 1, a lot of people say that the chemistry is off. Now, we all know Season 1 is the inferior season, and it really only has one phony moment.
Yeah, except Josh's grandmother is here all weekend babysitting us.
She's not babysitting. She's hanging out and she's really cool.
Who wants to play bingo?
At least in my opinion, and my opinion comes straight from God. But hear me out. Are you hearing? Okay, here we go. Thank you. But seriously, what if the lack in Season 1's chemistry was on purpose? Think about it. They're new stepbrothers, one of which fights it every step of the way. The other tries to force it and comes across goofy and embarrassing. It makes sense for them not to have good chemistry. So maybe, just maybe, it's on purpose. Regardless, after Season 1, you might as well call these two John Dalton, because their chemistry goes crazy. These two work off each other in ways few other child leads do. From the fights to the hugs, these two feel like brothers, and it does wonders for the comedy and the show as a whole. I'm done talking about the boobs. It's time to talk about what makes this show funny. It's no secret this show's funny, and hell, that's probably why you clicked on this video in the first place and are watching it now. But what makes it funny? One major thing is the side characters. Now in Season 1, we start with the base, the fam. The mom is pretty dry, not that many funny moments, but Walter carries this couple. He's like Jerry from Rick and Morty mixed with Mr. Turner from Fairly Odd Parents due to the fact that he's always losing to Bruce Winchell.
But doesn't that other weatherman always beat you? What's his name?
Bruce Winchell.
I told you never to mention his name in this house.
But my guy gets no respect from anyone. His kids, his own wife, random people. I mean, hell, my boy Gavin tries to steal his wife before he's even dead.
Candlelight. Kind of romantic. I was thinking when this storm's over, we go to BF Wang's, split some mushu.
No respect. But then there's Megan, the evil sister. Megan is a hate-love character. She gets the boys and is a constant trouble, and she never gets caught. But I will say, her pranks do have some development, as they go from random, just making them miserable, to more so a revenge kind of thing. As in, the boys wrong her or displease her, and she gets them back. And, I think her best prank, personally, was not even pranking them. It was so genius, just doing nothing and driving Drake and Josh insane. Amazing. But in Season 2, the character roster got an expansion DLC and brought in some iconic Nick characters. With the addition of the premiere, we get characters like Crazy Steve.
Now that I've done all that, somebody's gonna be watching Ick, Glockman and I. Or else somebody's gonna be an organ donor before their 17th birthday, Josh. Nickel!
It's time.
You ate my enchilada!
It was no!
You ate my enchilada!
It was no!
You ate my enchilada!
Gavin,
Gavin? Guy who works here. I put the gum in your perm.
Good one.
and of course, Helen, the no-nonsense, Drake-loving manager.
Yeah, how do you afford all this?
Is that some of your business?
How do you afford it?
Well, I'll tell you, Drake.
Helen is the best. She's honestly probably one of the most iconic characters, and she's not even in half the episodes. It's crazy. We also get anti-Helen, Mrs. Hafer, who loves Josh and hates Drake.
You're looking pretty spiffy yourself. I hate you, Drake.
Ma'am?
We also get Craig and Eric, the resident nerds who act like a married couple.
I doubt that.
No one needs your negativity.
You sang flat.
You want to pop in the chops?
And lastly, there's Mindy, who goes from insane rival of Josh to on-again, off-again girlfriend of Josh.
Thumb more. 1, 2, 3, 4. I declare thumb more.
1, 2, 3, you lose.
Let go my thumb.
Fine. Then I guess we're boyfriend and girlfriend.
One condition.
What?
I get to be the boyfriend.
With each of these characters, we get classic moments. Gavin taking care of it,
Hey, Josh. There's a diaper stuck to the wall in the bathroom. Help me scrape it off.
No. I'm off today. I'm not working till tomorrow.
Okay, I'll leave it till then. I got it off.
Crazy Steve every time he's on camera,
I have this. See, whenever I get a little angry, I just give this a little squeeze. Don't drink while I'm talking! See how it works?
Helen's happy times,
Not my job. Yeah, that was my catchphrase. That is not my job. You don't do it right.
Miss Hafer's hatred,
So, nice night, huh?
I hate you.
I know.
Craig and Eric babysitting Papa Nichols,
We're not Germans.
That's just what a German would say.
No, you don't understand.
No, you'll not capture me, never.
Eric!
Yeah, you're here. USA, USA.
and Eric just clocking Drake, and Mindy saying, "I love you" to Josh.
I love you.
Same chemistry.
Each of them add something different and unique to the show and provide us with some lulls. Let's laugh out loud for my elders. And overall, just some really good episodes. I'd argue that the best episodes are episodes that include these characters, like when Mindy frames Drake, or when Eric punches Drake, or a lot of things happen to Drake, or when Mindy says "I love you." Those are all great episodes that contain these characters. The boys also lose in, I would say, 50 to 60% of the episodes. Now, if you watched my Zoe 101 video, which you should watch it and subscribe, you know I cannot stand when the main character gets everything that they want in every episode. In fact, in Drake and Josh, I dare say that Megan wins way more than Drake and Josh do, and she's the cause or the antagonist of pretty much all the episodes. She's just out here dunking on them. Lastly, the thing that helps this show hold up is the simple fact that it's made for an older audience. Now, I'm not saying this is a Degrassi type show. It's not that adult, but it certainly isn't a Zack and Cody, though I love the boys Z and C. They have a great show, but it's childish. Regardless, Drake and Josh isn't a typical kids show. There's no lesson to be learned at the end of the episode. It doesn't hold back from more real teenage moments and jokes, like creating fake IDs and this moment.
I won a contest.
Congratulations, man.
Now, it does have its fair share of slapstick if you regard that as childish, which I don't. I think it's more of a generational thing. But the slapstick is mostly designated for Josh. And I will say, this might be a hot take, or I might just not know what a hot take means. But I really believe that this show is responsible for an entire generations of sarcastic monsters. I truly don't think there's another show that presents sarcasm in such a way that it never comes across as corny, and it nearly always drives a laugh from the audience. It's not like when somebody goes, "No, you think?" Like that's stupid sarcasm. This show has legitimately good sarcasm.
This is my worst birthday ever.
Because you ran over Oprah?
No, because it's a little heel-made. Yes, because I ran over Oprah.
It wasn't an accident. I wanted to see if it would float.
How do you even get dressed by yourself?
Look, maybe I can fix the motor.
You can't fix a sandwich.
But something about this show resonates with people, and it's, in my opinion at least, which again comes straight from God, is that it's relatable. Drake and Josh aren't anything special. They're not at a boarding school. They don't have a web show. They don't have insane talents. Drake is a really good singer and he's good at guitar, but you know, they're just boys living their lives. They have issues with school. Josh has issues with girls. Drake has issues with jobs. They have issues with popularity. And they're also very dumb in their own ways. Now, Drake obviously has little to no intelligence. Sometimes it's painful.
Here they're only available in South America. What?
South America!
Please excuse Drake from doing his homework. He twisted his liver and is unable to read, write, or bathe. Yours truly, the doctor.
And Josh, he just, his brain turns off when things get intense. Joshy doesn't have a good panic mode.
We're on E. Well, maybe E means extra fuel.
Actually, I forgot something, but I'll make it quick. The running gags in this show add a lot to the legacy, so to speak, of this show. Simple phrases like
Hug me, brother.
and
it's spherical. Spherical.
and
To Denver. Gentlemen, boobs.
are things that you can say, and everyone under the age of, let's say, 35 will understand that reference. There's also Josh's big head and his obsession with Oprah. See that? Again. Quick, like the Flash. To finish off, Drake and Josh simply is the best sitcom that Nickelodeon has ever had. It's a shame that iCarly happened, though it is or was a great show, but it felt as though the show was getting better and better with each season. But what we got is still pure gold. Now, iCarly is up next, so hold tight because it will take a fat minute to get through that show. Like, it is the longest series that I've gone through. Like, by 30 episodes, it's insane. I never realized how short some of these Dan Schneider shows were. Like, Drake and Josh only had 57 episodes. What was the other? Victorious had 57 episodes, and I think Zoe 101 had like 61 episodes. But yeah, iCarly's up next. I think I might have a border video to like hold over, or you know, just because I don't want to go too long without uploading. So you know, if you like this content and you like my videos and you're not subscribed, subscribe for more. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you guys next time. Don't walk by yourself at night. Dangerous people are out there. That's it. A little bit more serious than the other ones, but that's my advice.